Wow, the dust has settled here for a long time. Well, I guess I shouldn't stall any longer. I feel as if you guys were being way too patient for this, and I can only blame myself, me having a busy life and such. Now, it's the end of the year, and this was supposed to be my last year. I didn't want to do any more videos after 2016, but because of this long absence, the videos I wanted to go up clearly didn't go up. So my best method of coming back is to confirm, yes, I will be finishing up the rest of the channel next year. So for those asking me not to leave, we're not over just yet. Now, onto the video. See, while being gone and just being here for as long as I've been, you start to pick up on things, and I tend to not bring them into my videos or talk about them because I typically don't care about them. And what I mean is the movement of the fanbase, or the general mentality of the Sonic the Hedgehog fanbase. I made a video that sorta described why people think we're crazy and why we disagree on so much, and most people understood it, thankfully. I wasn't actually calling the fanbase bad, but how it should be expected of us to always disagree. You know, with most people understanding that, you think it'd be simple. Someone says they like Sonic Unleashed, someone says they don't, a disagreement takes place, and you might talk about it. But because it's not that simple, many people have tried to make it that simple in their own methods. These methods mainly consist of separating the people who objectively understand Sonic by calling the games you're supposed to think are good, the good ones, and the people who don't. Like, there's always been some sort of elitism going on, or a Sonic religion of some sort. This avid lifestyle of perfecting an outlook on Sonic. And where am I getting this from? Why bring this up when it's been in the fanbase for years and applies to probably every fandom out there? Well, here's why it bugs me and why I'm getting tired of seeing it, especially lately. It sorta exceeds disagreement, because instead of disagreeing, you're making these fans look worse than they are by saying things like, you complain about everything, you guys are ungrateful, you just don't get what makes a game good. Oh, and truthfully, everyone taking part in the discussion is contributing something, whether it's feedback or ideas. Let's take the two recent games, for example. Mania and Project 17. Anyone who opposed these games got attacked, not only just because of their disagreements, but because they just didn't get it. They didn't get why Sonic was good in the first place, or why these games should be important to them. That goes for anyone who uploaded something slightly negative about the game, or even people who just had general concerns. How long is the game going to be? There's more remixes than original stages? What's going on? Now me, I don't have too much to say on that, you know, as far as my opinion goes. The game isn't out, it's supposedly longer than Generations, I have the game pre-ordered, I'm excited. But why is it so bad to be worried? Why is that such a frowned upon thing? Remember when I made that video, Negativity in Sonic? The one where I basically said, think for yourself, and a lot of people thought that meant be optimistic at all times? Sega always has our back. Yeah, that's what I consider negativity, because you're not thinking of yourself and you're not putting yourself forward when solidifying an opinion. But to suddenly get your hopes down after hearing something you don't like is perfectly fine. Take this video. The guy has a problem with the news, says what he believes are the positives and what he believes are negatives. His fair reason for thinking this way, and that's the video, with the bit of yelling. Like I said, I have plenty of reasons for thinking the game will be fine, and if I sat down with Mr. Nerdward and talked about this, I'd probably bring them up to give a bit of optimism. But the video is great. I love videos like this. Not videos that complain, are ungrateful, but videos that express concern in a very effective manner, using their own thoughts and acquired beliefs given to them over the years of being with the franchise to give a properly thought out stance. Now, I get it. The more diverse people are, the worse they get. More disagreements lead to a worse fanbase. If we just went around accepting every sort of behavior, nothing will get done. It's the belief that we should all come together peacefully and give the creators a shot. That'll help with receiving great results. Well, in part, that's very difficult to argue against. In some videos, I even promote this. If you remember my Sonic Boom complaint video, that's an instance. I literally made fun of people who complained about Boom, which is funny to me because I ended up agreeing disagreeing with most of it. But trust me, I get the other side, and for the most part, I'm a positive, optimistic person with this stuff. So when we talk about having a collective mind and behavior towards certain announcements, it's understood by everyone, but not everyone cares to do so. There's no reason for anyone to feel wrong for calling something bad or wanting something different with Sonic. Not wanting classic Sonic in Project 2017 is not overreacting. Wanting Mania to have more original stages is not being ungrateful. These are literally simple concerns that I'd expect people to be open about. I don't always agree with them, but I understand them, and they're valid complaints. When so many people were disappointed with Lost World, I'm sure there were others who liked the game just fine, and I've definitely seen people wanting that gameplay to return. So when that person expresses disappointment and explains why, I'm not going to disregard their stance just because it's something I don't agree with. The fandom should never be to blame for wanting so many things. Again, it's the creators who keep giving us so much variety. Therefore, it should never be wrong for different groups to be critical every chance they get. And that applies mainly to the video game side of things. It's like every time someone says something like, I want more playable characters, or classic Sonic annoys me, or this new big Flash game looks really stupid, they're instantly labeled a SA3 fanboy. Like those are just the hot trigger words in this fanbase. It reminds me of how incorrectly people use the term SJW when someone has a slightly different view on something. Obviously the people complaining still care for this series, they all just have different beliefs. And to that, there isn't a single belief. I'm just so tired of this. If you don't believe so and so, you're too radical, you're only hurting the fanbase, or even worse, you just don't get it. To those people, I just want to know who does get it. Who are these woke people that we should be following? Like these intelligent level 100 Sonic the Hedgehog fans that we should be looking up to. You know, like the cloak and everything? That's what I'm picturing. And if I ever came off as what I'm describing, which I could see why you'd think that, then, you know, it is what it is. I wouldn't think less of someone for disagreeing with me. I wouldn't blame them for anything. It's just what they believe. I have friends that think Sonic 06 is a good game. I disagree. I think they're wrong. But I could debate them, and it would be that. I'm not going to pin them down and make them believe my stance and claim they don't get Sonic if they don't. And also, it's important to know that I'm not trying to blindly defend people who hate everything Sega, because believe me, some of them I'm sure think the same way. This whole objective understanding is really what I'm getting at, and the idea that you should think like us is just silly. Now, my videos have persuasive elements, and I've definitely made fun of arguments I disagree with, but I can acknowledge what I say as opinions and nothing more. I once got a comment years ago that read, he thinks his opinions are the only ones that matter. And that couldn't be any less true. If everyone thought like me, I'd actually hate this world. Like, there'd be no point in talking to anyone. So, that's kind of what I think when I make these videos. I don't think I'm a part of some elite level club of Sonic YouTubers or Sonic minds, Sonic fans that all think alike. I don't think I'm a part of anything like that. I've always liked how there are different groups of people sending out ideas and concerns. I think it's kinda cool, and it opens my eyes to other perspectives. I don't always agree, but I'm not going to exclude someone because of that. I'm not going to falsely label them because of that. And that's all I'm getting at, because I feel a lot of people do. There's no correct answer with this stuff. All of us are pretty much trying to objectify this mess collage of a series all at the same time, while also defending it. It's kind of weird. But basically, it's not even